Good afternoon. I'm grateful to be here this afternoon with Adrienne Lloyd, Director of Housing Stability for the City of Manchester, Jake King, Site Director for the Beech Street Shelter and Engagement Center, and COO of East Coast Evolution Leadership, and other community partners. Today, as we gather ahead of the opening of the Engagement Center at 39 Beech Street, we mark another significant step in the city's process for ending homelessness. The Engagement Center is a service-enriched hub where unhoused individuals will have access to bathrooms, showers, storage, and charging stations, as well as peer support, housing navigation, mental health, substance use programs, employment resources, healthcare, and so much more. It's because of the hard work and collaboration of so many over the last few months that we're able to open this engagement center. I'm tremendously grateful for our community partners and our city departments who continually step up to assist those in need. Manchester utilized federal funds to keep the 40-bed Beech Street shelter open through June of 2024, and I applaud the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for their vote to use federal funds to open up this engagement center. The center will help reduce barriers for unhoused adults in Manchester by establishing trust and connecting them with essential services. It'll also serve as an emergency winter shelter warming station if it's needed this winter. Ahead of the winter and throughout the year, we'll continue leading the way in addressing this statewide homeless crisis. Homelessness is an issue that we are tackling head on here in the city of Manchester. Back in 2020, every New Hampshire mayor agreed that the #1 challenge that we were all facing is homelessness. Yet this past winter, every state-funded shelter was full. In Manchester, we stepped up to save lives and opened city-run emergency winter shelters, and we brought people in from the cold. Since last winter, our city-run shelters have served over 310 individuals. In Manchester, we have over 500 affordable housing units in development, and in the last 6 years, I've allocated $29 million in federal funds toward increasing affordable housing and supportive services for these vulnerable communities. We also recently announced a new partnership with the National Alliance to End Homelessness, a nationally recognized nonprofit organization whose mission is to prevent and end homelessness across the entire country. Their work in Manchester will help us assess our current homelessness response system, identify gaps in service, and determine how to best leverage federal funds. Thank you to all who stand with us in our efforts to tackle homelessness, including the Manchester Police Department, the Fire Department, the Welfare Department, Health Department, and so many others within the city. And I again want to thank Adrienne, Jake, our community partners, and all the dedicated staff at 39 Beech Street Shelter for their work in opening this engagement center and for their continued service in our community. So I'd now like to introduce Adrienne Lloyd, the Director of Housing Stability for the City of Manchester.
Hi, we're so excited to be at the moment where we can actually welcome our engagement center to Manchester. It's been very troubling as I've taken on this role and I've tried to wrap my arms around the problem that we're having with homelessness in Manchester. And truly we have a crisis on our hands, and it seems to be just compounding as time goes on. I'm very concerned about the unhoused population, but also the unsheltered unhoused population. We have many, many folks that are living outside of Manchester who are not accessing emergency shelter, and many, many folks that, despite valiant efforts from outreach teams that go out every day to connect with folks, we are having folks that are not connected to services. And it's very, very difficult, even those that are willing to connect with services, for them to make progress in the way of housing or stability in their behavioral health or their health when they're not living in a stable environment. Even simple things like having a place to lay your head at night make a huge difference. Having a place to come in where you can receive mail and messages from your providers is essential. Having a place where you can have a calendar to orient yourself on what's going on in the world, what your appointments are, having sensitive and caring staff kind of guide you through navigating systems and processes is essential for folks to be able to move forward. Our Engagement Center Hub is going to provide an opportunity for those that are disconnected to services to come in. We're going to welcome everyone here, and we're going to make it as easy for them as possible to continue to come on a daily basis if needed. And those folks will enjoy just the basic needs being met of being able to take a shower, being able to have appropriate clothing, being able to connect with providers in a place that they feel comfortable, and being able to get to know providers and see if they're trusting them and if they're comfortable moving forward with them in these processes. This engagement center will create this community, and I'm so excited to have the providers with me that are here today. This is really a team of folks that are working kind of across the city, and we've all committed to this project because our work, even if we're from different agencies, is actually going to be integrated and brought together in one space where we can be more effective as one group. So I'm very, very excited for this opportunity to bring this important tool to Manchester. And I'd love to pass it over to Jake King, who is our site director and is going to be the person on the ground here at the center. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna not speak a lot, but I am gonna reiterate both what the mayor said and what Adrian said. We're really excited to be able to offer this to all of the unhoused people in Manchester. And it's really needed. This is the 4th resource center I've run, and the one thing that separates this from all the rest is the number of people that came in to make this happen. I've never seen a more consolidated effort from fire, police, the city itself, Adrian, my staff, and then all the providers, even the media has been really good to us for the most part, which we appreciate. And it's so important that we have something like this for the people who don't have what they need to just get by. So I really want to say thank you to everyone, and especially my staff. I need everyone to understand how hard the staff that came in has worked to make this successful, and how easy it's been to do that with the direction from the fire department, from Adrian, from the mayor's office. So this is just a really great thing to see, and it's like community actually happening. I'm going to turn it over to my man, Matthew from the CMC.
That's way more credit than I deserve. Yeah, I mean, I guess just to sort of paint a little bit of a picture, and I would say, like, for my organization, I've opened facilities like this before, and the challenge of doing that and the amount of work that goes into that cannot be understated or underappreciated. The amount of work that everybody had to do to make this happen is amazing. The brilliance of a center like this, the thing that it provides for someone, you know, if you're, say, a 23-year-old mother who's newly homeless and you find yourself in a place where you need services and support, you come to a place like this, and all of the resources that you might need in order to be able to lift yourself out of homelessness are provided here. Not a situation where I need to go to 10, 12, 13 different organizations, figure out how to get to those places, who to connect with when I get there, all of the just logistical challenges, let alone the emotional challenges with connecting with that many resources are. A place like this allows people to come to one place that they know, feel safe in and connected in, and then be able to be introduced to the resources that they have in order to have the things that they're going to need to lift themselves out of homelessness. And that's the brilliance of something like this, and why we're so excited for the private nonprofit organizations to be able to support the city that has done just an amazing job of lifting this program. So, thanks. Peter?
Hi, I'm Peter Janelle. I'm with the Mental Health Center of Greater Manchester. And I'm really pleased to be here. This is an exciting day. We've been talking about this day for some time, and I want to thank the mayor and Adrienne and Jake, all the work that you folks have done to first stand up the respite here, the shelter last year, and then to keep it open. And now to have a place where during the daytime people can come and get services that they need. From the provider perspective, you know, Matt talked about the efficiency for the individual experience of the individual who's homeless and needing services. But from the provider's perspective, this is so much more efficient than our outreach workers traipsing through the woods looking for a tent or trying to find somebody to respond to what we hear from the fire department and the police department where there might be an encampment. Having a group of people meeting together for many reasons offers us the opportunity to meet more folks and take action if they're ready to receive services, if they're ready to seek mental health services or substance use disorder services. So it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to tomorrow when the doors open, and our team will be here and utilizing the space that's been created so that they can serve the individuals who have received services here. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. So now we're gonna end this portion, and then we're gonna do some different pull asides with reporters. If you have individual questions for individual speakers, we'll do some pull asides now. So thank you.